All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to explore a completely different way to think about achieving mastery. You know that whole hustle and grind culture that says peak performance has to be this grueling, painful process? Well, we're going to challenge that and uncover a smarter, more engaging, and honestly, way more effective path.
And it all starts with this, a kind of surprising quote from Walt Disney. Now, this isn't just about making cartoons. It actually holds a huge secret about high performance. See, Disney understood a fundamental truth about people. We don't resist learning. We resist being bored. And when you really let that sink in, it can change everything.
So let's just ask the big question right up front. What if the key to unlocking your best work isn't just about forcing yourself with more discipline and more willpower? What if, instead, you could design a process that was so interesting, so entertaining, that focus just becomes the natural, effortless result?
This is what we're going to call the Disney deception. It's this art of getting into that deep state of concentration, not by demanding it, but by inviting it. You know, a great story doesn't yell at you to pay attention, right? It just pulls you in. That's exactly what we want to do with our own preparation. We want to design a routine that captivates our own attention, pulling us deeper and deeper into the present moment.
To really get our heads around this, we're going to use a visual model for this explainer. Think of it as our map. It's a diagram that shows two very different paths that, in the end, lead to the exact same destination, that state of flow where peak performance happens. So here it is, our map. You can see these two converging lines. The one coming from the top, broad concentration, that's all about subtraction. It's the process of letting go of all the mental clutter and distractions. The line coming up from the bottom, point focus, well, that's about addition. It's about actively building your engagement with the task at hand. Let's start with that first path, the art of letting go.
Okay, so this first pathway is all about clearing the deck. Simple as that. Before you can even think about building focus, you first have to get rid of all the noise, both internal and external, that's clouding up your mind. This isn't passive, it's a process of strategic release.
The Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius absolutely nailed this idea. He understood that letting go wasn't a sign of weakness. No way. It was the ultimate form of discipline. It's about liberating yourself from anything and everything that isn't serving you in this moment, so you can fully engage with what does.
So, what kind of stuff are we talking about releasing? Well, this slide shows the biggest culprits. Things like pride, old resentments, that knee-jerk emotional reactivity, the urge to get into dumb fights, you know the drill. You have to think of each of these as a heavy weight that's holding you back from being fully present.
This African proverb just says it all, doesn't it? Pride is a huge barrier to performance because it makes you unteachable. To get into a flow state, you have to be humble. You have to be open to adapting. But if your pride is whispering in your ear that you already know everything, well, you've just closed the door to wisdom.
And this is so crucial. Letting go of things like grudges, that's not really about the other person. It's for you. Forgiveness is a strategic tool. It's you deciding to clear your own mind so you can move forward with a sharp, uncluttered focus.
All right, so we've cleared away the junk, we've taken care of the subtraction. Now let's talk about that second path, building the moment. This is that line that goes up, the point focus. And the key here isn't waiting for focus to show up, it's about deliberately, actively constructing it.
This path really has three core steps. First, you have to embrace reality for what it is. Second, you narrow your attention down to the essential task and nothing else. And third, you have to understand that this focus, this peace of mind, is something you build incrementally, not all at once.
The whole foundation for building focus starts right here with this amazing Stoic concept, amor fati. It means a love of fate. It's not about just putting up with your situation. It's about actively loving it exactly as it is. When you stop wasting energy wishing the conditions were different, you free up all that energy to actually deal with them.
This quote from the great coach Vince Lombardi is perfect for the next step. You can't just bully yourself into focusing. The most powerful drive has to come from within. Your goal is to design a process that's so engaging that you want to focus. Your mind is pulled toward the task naturally. Maybe that's turning a boring task into a game, or setting up your workspace so it feels inspiring. The how is up to you, but the principle is what matters.
And remember, perfect concentration isn't like a light switch you can just flip on. It's something you assemble. Every small, focused action is another piece of the puzzle. It could be your pregame ritual, the way you organize your desk. Heck, it could even be just taking 3 deep, deliberate breaths. You build your piece, you build your focus, one piece at a time.
And now we've arrived. This is the destination, the convergence point. This is where those two paths finally meet,
where the act of letting go merges with the act of building up. All that preparation suddenly crystallizes into one single, fully present moment. This is where performance really begins.
So what does it feel like to be there, at that point? It's a state where effort seems to just melt away into effortlessness. And it's not because the task got any easier. It's because all of your internal resistance, all that friction, has dissolved. You're not fighting yourself anymore. You're just flowing with the moment that you so carefully created.
If you need a mantra for this state, you can't beat this one from Coach Bill Belichick. It is the ultimate simplification. All the baggage is gone. All the focus has been built. The only thing left is the pure, simple, essential task right in front of you. Do your job.
And this is the feeling that comes with it, a total, unwavering commitment to the now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow. This is the day. This is the moment. Everything has led to this exact point, and you are completely 100% here for it.
But it's so important to get this. This isn't just a mental trick or a mindset hack. This peak state is an alignment of your entire being. It's where your character, your integrity, your resilience, your humility all come together to support your intellect. It's about being strong enough to live your philosophy, not just think about it.
And when you boil it all down, what's the fuel for this entire process? It's love. A love for your craft, a love for the challenge, a love for the process of preparation itself. When you start approaching performance not as a battle you have to win, but as an act of love and full participation, that's when you open the door to some truly miraculous results.
So, as we wrap this up, I'll just leave you with this question. Your next big moment, it's coming. Are you going to try to grind and force your way there through sheer willpower? Or are you going to design a pathway so engaging that focus becomes the most natural thing in the world? Are you going to force your focus, or are you going to entertain it into excellence? The choice is yours.